Hey, thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about something really important, something that can be tough to face, the signs that it's time for a medical detox. Recognizing these signs isn't about feeling ashamed, not at all. It's actually the very first, most powerful step you can take towards getting safe and starting a new chapter. So, let's dive in. Does this feel familiar to you? That feeling of just being stuck? Like you're trapped in a loop and you want to stop. You really do. But it just feels impossible. It can be an incredibly lonely and frustrating place to be. But I really want you to hear this. You are not alone in feeling this way. So many people have been right where you are. And this quote, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that internal battle. There's a part of you that knows deep down that you need to change, you need to get healthy. But then there's this other voice, this massive, terrifying fear of what it will be like to go through withdrawal by yourself. And let me tell you, that fear is 100% valid. It's exactly why medical support is so critical.
So how do you know when it's time? How do you know when you need to listen to that fear and get help? Well, your body has a way of telling you. It sends out signals. And it's so important to see these signs not as some kind of failure, but for what they really are, your body's cry for professional medical help.
Think of this list as your body's alarm system going off. When a substance your body has learned to depend on is suddenly gone, your whole nervous system kind of goes into overdrive and it sends out these distress signals. It might start with things that seem kind of minor, some shaking, feeling really on edge, or waking up drenched in sweat. But these aren't just minor issues. They're signs of a massive change happening inside you, and they can get much, much worse very quickly. Catching them early is absolutely key.
And that brings us to a really serious point. For some people, especially those who've been drinking heavily for a long time, trying to detox on your own isn't just difficult, it can be life-threatening. This is where the conversation has to get very real.
Just let that sink in for a second. A medical emergency. This has nothing to do with willpower or being strong enough. This is about your body being in a state of crisis that needs immediate professional medical attention. And that medical emergency, it has a name. It's called delirium tremens, or the DTs. It's a really severe form of alcohol withdrawal that usually kicks in a few days after the last drink. Honestly, it's one of the most dangerous things that can happen during withdrawal.
And this is why it's so dangerous. We're not just talking about feeling bad. We're talking about uncontrollable shaking, being intensely confused, even seeing or hearing things that aren't real. Add a high fever and life-threatening seizures to that, and you can see why this is not something anyone can or should try to handle at home. This is a condition that absolutely requires a hospital and constant medical care.
Okay, so knowing all those risks, what's the answer? What's the safe way forward? It's medical detox. And it's not just about getting through the symptoms. It's about building a safe, stable foundation so you can actually begin the real work of recovery.
And this is what makes all the difference. Instead of white-knuckling it alone and facing those dangerous symptoms, imagine having a trained medical team watching over you around the clock. They can give you medication to make the withdrawal symptoms less severe, manage any complications, and just provide a safe space where your only job is to start healing.
Now, it's really important to know that help isn't one size fits all. Inpatient detox, where you stay at a facility, is essential for anyone with severe symptoms. But for people with more mild to moderate symptoms and a solid support system at home, outpatient detox can be an amazing option. It lets you get the help you need while still staying connected to your daily life.
So, if that outpatient idea sounds like it could be the right fit, what does it actually look like? Well, let's take a look at how a provider like Recovery CNT approaches this.
Honestly, this is a total game changer for so many people. That fear of having to put your entire life on pause, your job, your kids, your responsibilities, that can be a huge reason why people don't seek help. An outpatient model just removes that barrier. It weaves the treatment right into the fabric of your real life. So what's the plan? It's actually a pretty clear three-step approach. You get to stay connected to your world. You receive safe, medically supervised detox. And it's all done in a way that's personalized just for you, with a ton of support. It's the best of both worlds, really. Structure and freedom all at once.
And at the heart of this whole thing is real, evidence-based medicine. They use proven, FDA-approved medications like buprenorphine, Suboxone, and clonidine. What these do is help ease those awful withdrawal symptoms and reduce cravings, which makes the whole process so much more manageable. This isn't just guesswork, it's medical science, applied with compassion.
Okay, so recognizing the signs and understanding that there are solutions, that's huge. But it all leads to one moment, the moment you decide to take that first step for yourself.
And here's something I really want you to remember. Getting through detox safely is the start line, not the finish line. It's that crucial first phase that gets you stable, so you can then begin the deeper work of building a recovery that lasts for the long haul.
And that brings us right here to the most important question of all. After hearing about the signs, understanding the risks, and knowing that there is safe, effective help out there, are you ready?
If the answer is yes, or even if it's just maybe, please know that hope is just one call away. You can reach the team at Recovery CNT at 1-732-484-9661 or check out their website. Making that call isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of incredible strength. Thanks so much for your time today.